Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. Today covering all the most important things that went down in the crypto space. So if you guys like that, make sure you press that like button. Having said that, Ripple and top players shift 334.5 million XRP as coin rises to 0.956. Today has been a drastically good day for XRP. I've been shouting that out like crazy over on Twitter, but honestly, I think a majority of people don't understand how bullish this was, as we expected like 30 or about, I'm just going to say 91.5 or so cents. That was what we were expecting and hoping for. We basically blasted through all the way to our second target at about 93 cents, and it went all the way towards our, at that point, supply zone. I'm going to call it demand zone here for XRP, our resistance area, and just bounced right through without any hassle, without any trouble. It was a crazy couple of hours as the XRP price hit 97.3 cents. And again, our trade was actually an over $5,000 profit at that point as well. Now, I'm going to say, I wanted to record a video and publish it instantly, but I'm thinking now of actually streaming the V-Launch launch. And so the moment you're going to see this video might be in like an hour or two. But oh boy, did the price go crazy at this point. And guys, as I've said before, there's a couple instances which can make the price go down. But generally speaking, I'm expecting upside all the way until the 24th, which is 2 more days, as a lot of people are going to be buying in for the Sologenic airdrop. And there's not really that much reason to sell, as Bitcoin also broke out towards the upside and things are looking really bullish. So yeah, we're seeing some big shifts of XRP, 330 million XRP on the move. Well, to be honest with you, every single time I see this, I like to cover it purely because people are confused and asking me about it in the comments section. But Ripple Labs apparently wired a massive lump of 125 million XRP. Among other senders are the leading South Korean exchange BitThumb and also FTX and Binance. BitThumb has transferred 180 million XRP, sending 100 million in a single transaction. FTX shifted 17 million to Binance, and overall, the fiat equivalent of the transferred 335 million was $320 million. But what does it mean? Well, some people are pointing out that whales are accumulating XRP. I would say that is hard to say. I would say that's really hard to say because these numbers are literally showing, hey, what type of wallet accounts have how much XRP in it, what percentage are they, and what is the average amount of XRP that those wallets hold. So for the bigger wallets, the average has gone down, and for some smaller wallets, it's gone up, which theoretically speaking could be because there's more and more accounts in the lower area coming up, specifically accounts with less than 2,000 XRP in it, like this 90% or whatever. They're coming up quite severely because a lot of people are, for example, taking their money off of an exchange like Binance, which has a big wallet or something else, and they're basically making some smaller wallets right now because they want to claim airdrops, for example, or they're sending the money to Xum and whatnot to basically claim what is rightfully theirs in those trust lines or with those trust lines. And so that kind of represents most likely why there's quite an outflow in that sense. Also because before now, over the last couple of months, people are basically taking their money off due to, as I've said before, things like the Sologenic airdrop and whatnot. Then again, right now, people are noticing, hey, we can actually put it back in, and for a couple other reasons, like for example, the Sologenic airdrop, they might want to put it back in. It's a difficult thing to say though, guys, as we can debate about this for hours. We don't really know why they're acting in this manner, as there's no real logical explanation that's one-to-one. Having said that, guys, if you are enjoying these daily crypto videos, make sure you press that like button. Our goal for today is going to be another, I'm going to say 600 likes. Yesterday, our goal was 500. We hit that really quickly. Let's get to 600 likes today on this video. That would be amazing. I appreciate every single one of you guys watching these episodes, as I really appreciate you. And I think the XP community is the best. Then again, this is crypto news for everybody. So let me know down below, what is your favorite crypto? I want to know that. It's pretty fun to know. All right, Donald Trump says crypto is very dangerous. Warns of an explosion like we've never seen. Former US President Donald Trump says that crypto is a very dangerous thing. Commenting on crypto, he warned of an explosion someday that will make the big tech explosion look like baby stuff. He also talked about his new social media platform, Truth, and his wife's NFT venture. So former US President Trump warns of massive explosions, stating that crypto is very dangerous. And to be honest with you, I find this kind of difficult to fetch because he was asked, what do you think about crypto, right? And Trump was asked that. BITRUE noted that New York and Miami are really getting crypto into their financial systems. And, well, Donald Trump reiterated his anti-crypto stance, saying, well, I never loved it because I like to have the dollar. I think the currency should be the dollar, so I was never a big fan. But it's spilling up bigger and bigger, and nobody's doing anything about it. Emphasizing, look, I want a currency called the dollar, he warned. I don't want to have all these others that could be an explosion someday, the likes of which we have never seen. It'll make the big tech explosion look like baby stuff. I think it's a very dangerous thing. Two things to say. One, it's of course a logical opinion that he has because, well, he is a man who got rich off of the dollar and used the dollar as a base pair forever. It's pretty dangerous and pretty scary to see a lot of that work go up into flames and a lot of people become really wealthy off of almost no work whatsoever, just buying something early, so to speak, right now. So that might be difficult. But also, it's a newer generational thing. A lot of older generation people, overgeneralization potentially, but okay, are not ready to adapt to a new standard because they are used to the dollar and he's had 75 freaking years or whatever of dollar as a standard. It's just hard for some people to accept the reality that eventually these phases and things come to an end. We got to look back at what the standard currency was around the world, basically. Every 100 years-ish, I believe on average is about 95, median is also 95. It changes. Right now, the dollar's been there for, I'm going to say 100 years as well, or 110 potentially even. It's going to potentially switch up here, and it could be that Bitcoin is going to be the first one where it's like a no central currency, so to speak. The first time it's going to be a decentralized piece in about 10 years from now, for example. It could be. And I think that's just a scary thing to all these other guys. Then again, he is kind of hypocritical, I guess, from a certain perspective, because he's saying, well, crypto is really scary, but my wife has an NFT collection. Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, she's building on crypto because it's going to make her money. Commenting on his wife's NFT plans, he says, she's going to do great. She got a great imagination, and people love our former First Lady. I can tell you that. They really do love her. I don't know. I think it's like you want to have some cake and you want to eat it too. That's what I kind of call it here. Then again, you might also see it in the sense that he just likes regulation, as he's described in a couple of different pieces here. I don't know what else to tell you about this guy, man. It's just billionaires sometimes have an interesting opinion. I talked about that yesterday as well, huh? It's really interesting. Okay, regards to Crypto.com, one of my favorite cryptos, as you guys know by now. I like this coin quite a significant amount. They're basically going to start for a really big promotional campaign. Crypto.com will run its first Super Bowl ad amid marketing blitz. The cryptocurrency platform is seeking to become a top consumer brand with sponsorships, ad pushes, and a big naming rights deal. So, apparently, they're going to... Oh, can I not scroll here? All right, never mind. We cannot read this further. For some reason, I cannot scroll inside this article. I can... What? What is that supposed to be? Why? I can zoom in and scroll, but I can only scroll up to here. Okay, we are not allowed to see this article for some reason. What? Really? Is that Wall Street Journal always? Can we? All right, now I'm going to refresh it real quick, see if this works now. Okay, now it works. That was really odd. There we go. Let's put it back in. That was peculiar. Not sure exactly what happened there. Singapore-based Crypto.com will run its first Super Bowl commercial in February as it seeks to become a household name. And I actually have a little book here, guys, from a couple of different events where I write down basically what different exchanges and different platforms have thought about in terms of their marketing and what I think is smart and what I don't think is smart. And I honestly think that for massive adoption, right now, one of the easiest things to do is spend the majority of your revenues on just building your brand. If you're like a Crypto.com exchange where you want to be a household name with like the card and whatnot, as you're literally fighting a battle against a couple of other companies trying to do the same that are significantly smaller than yours. So for example, the first exchange to really go for massive ad campaign, I'm talking massive, like FTX is doing, is going to be the winner, so to speak. And FTX in that sense is right now really, really winning with how big they've grown, how quickly they've grown, how fast they're going. It's just because of massive campaign and massive amounts of money spent on that advertising. In my own opinion, it's such a small niche market right now still, where if you can get to become the big household name like Binance and FTX are, right now is your best shot. I mean, the longer they basically wait and the more money they save up for some rainy day or whatever, the more others are going to be doing that. Like right now is the freaking .com bubble, so to speak, where if you're putting up your .com domain everywhere, people are really gonna know about it because you're the big one. And in a sense that I just mean the promotional campaigns they're doing right now, they have to really hurry up and do it quickly because Crypto.com has the authority to become the biggest card issuer in the crypto space and stay in that niche like Facebook, for example, forever. Stay always on top if they go hard right now. And I really do believe it's the best thing that they could do. So I'm going to be pretty excited for that because, of course, it gets more people into crypto. Then again, it's mostly a selfish thing because even though we might say, yeah, more people to crypto, in all reality, a lot of these people watching are not going to make any significant difference or so. But I guess because it's a card issuer and not an exchange, it is pretty nice because the more people that get that card, the more people that are going to be spending their crypto via that card or using the crypto via the card. I guess it also has a positive narrative behind it, at least the way that I see it. All right, moving on. Let's see what else we got here. Let me actually change this back. Ex-Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey says Bitcoin will replace the dollar. Isn't this always fun as well, the contrast between some of the billionaires and some others? So he says Bitcoin will replace the dollar and explains why he doesn't support Ethereum. Cardi B just says, hey, do you think crypto will replace the dollar? He says, yes, Bitcoin will. If I wasn't on Square or Twitter, I would be working on Bitcoin. If it needed more help than Square and Twitter, I'd leave them for Bitcoin. On Tuesday, he explained the reasons for not participating in other communities such as Ethereum, and Jack responded that we need to focus on open projects like Bitcoin. After all, without it, there would be no ETH or other blockchains, which is basically just priorities, right? As C. Dixon said, I'm a huge fan of Jack, and hope we can eventually bring him around Ethereum and other blockchains. BTC is great as digital gold, but there's other important applications that require other chains. And he said, I believe in you and your ability to understand systems. It's critical we focus our energy on truly secure and resilient technologies owned by the mass of people, not individuals or institutions, which Ethereum is. Only the foundation will provide for the applications you allude to. Yeah, it's the truth, though. I understand where he's coming from, and let's just keep it at that. We don't need to talk about it too much further. El Salvador, because I'm trying to get to the news a little bit quickly. I always want to keep these videos at around 15 minutes or so, not too long, so people could just watch them and move on with their day. Then again, today we have a lot of important information, which once more, guys, make sure you press that like button if you do enjoy it. I'm having a really good day since XRP moved in this matter, you know? It gives me some excitement. El Salvador buys even more Bitcoin as the price inches closer to $50,000. Also, guys, I'm thinking of doing two things. One is a favor for you, and one, a little cool giveaway if we actually get to 140,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So make sure, guys, that if you're not subscribed yet, that you get that going. All right. So Nayib Bukele continues El Salvador's Bitcoin buying spree. And here he literally stated, we are buying 21 Bitcoin for the occasion because of fun. I don't know, after 9 hours or 9 o'clock. Not exactly sure. It just says today's the 21st day of the 21st year of the 21st century. And at 9 o'clock, they're buying 21 Bitcoin for the occasion. Not too sure exactly. But then again, even though in my opinion, 21 Bitcoin is not that much, right? You got to kind of consider. From a perspective, it's like, but wait, did he have CEO of El Salvador? I like that. From a certain perspective, it is a pretty big deal to buy that every single time. You know, it's not as if it's like nothing. It's still a lot of money that they're buying piece by piece here every single time. And I guess it's also about the idea of them buying more and getting more into it and making these jokes and whatnot. All right. Regarding Binance, it's the CEO, CZ, who is most likely the richest person or one of the richest people on earth by now. It's crazy how wealthy that man is. Binance CEO discusses CBDC drawbacks, says Bitcoin threatened by their emergence. The founder of Binance, CZ, believes that CBDCs, though offsets some of the weaknesses of Bitcoin, has 3 known drawbacks. Answering the question of whether the introduction of CBDC can have an impact on Bitcoin, CZ admitted that the need for Bitcoin will be reduced drastically, which of course is the truth on a country perspective. For the people, obviously, a CBDC is not really that preferable because it doesn't really change that much from traditional money. However, it is digital money that the people would want, right? And so the big change with Bitcoin is that it's decentralized, but it is both digital in a certain sense. And so will CBDCs replace Bitcoin? He says, for the differences mentioned above, I think that's unlikely to happen because obviously they're made for different goals. Although it is not inconceivable that a central bank may issue a permissionless limited supply coin with low fees. And if that happens, people in that country may indeed have less need for Bitcoin. It's also conceivable that governments may ban Bitcoin to promote their own CBDC. Clarification on ban Bitcoin. So far, I know of no country that made owning Bitcoin illegal, so there's a no ban Bitcoin anywhere. He admitted that CBDCs would have a positive impact on economies. However, he entreats regulators to not treat these digital currencies differently from crypto. He believes that this may be an additional tool for governments to drive adoption of wallets and start accepting cryptos by forcing shops and merchants to accept digital currencies. And so at the end of the day, it's going to be hard to really measure whether or not this is good or bad. Because, of course, CBDC might also help with the fiat on and off ramps. And for XRP type of crypto, CBDCs are obviously a really good thing, right? Because XRP obviously is going to be that bridge, hopefully, between a lot of these CBDCs out there, which could be really juicy. We're going to see, though, because from a certain perspective, I'm thinking if CBDCs are really massively adopted, then they might actually become as liquid as cryptos themselves are right now. In a sense that you'll have pairs for everything everywhere. But as it currently stands, the bridge, still a pretty nice idea. All right, moving on. Binance CEO, next one. Binance signs agreement with Dubai World Trade Center to pilot its crypto hub. I talked about this yesterday, but I know there's a lot of you guys are saying, Dusty, have you heard about this? Have you read this? Yes, I have. You guys don't know I live in Dubai, and I always enjoy seeing parties, I guess, come over to this area because it's so free in a crypto sense. It's so nice. And so it becoming the world hub for crypto and potentially moving their base over there. Yeah, that's definitely nice. They have signed an MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, with the Dubai World Trade Center Authority to set up its crypto hub for global virtual assets in Dubai, which is going to be really, really good. Through digital advancement, Binance will provide intuitive crypto support for Dubai. It will unveil all these technologies and innovations under their inaugural MOU agreement with the Dubai World Center Authority, and moreover, Binance has committed to building a world-class virtual asset ecosystem for long-term economic growth over in Dubai. So I think that's a really good thing as well. And last but not least, UK advertising watchdogs ban Arsenal FC's irresponsible $AFC token ads. Not exactly sure why they would ever tokenize these sports tokens. I'm honestly not really a big fan. I understand the appeal for the clubs to do so. I don't think the majority of people who want to support the club actually know about these tokens, though. So if we're looking at the perspective of this already created, I understand the ads, but apparently the Advertising Standard Authority has banned the ads and made a crackdown on broader crypto-related ads because they said it's really irresponsible in the way that they've done them, because of course it's a really risky thing. And at the end of the day, you're just basically supporting them by sort of a donation, because at the end of the day, that's literally what the token is kind of there for. But people sometimes see it differently in the sense that it's a good investment or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. I just noticed right now over in the UK, they're cracking down a little bit on those ads, which is, in my opinion, kind of nice because less people will get scammed. Kind of stupid because, well, people should be free in that sense as long as they're not misleading. But if they call it irresponsible, hey, who are we to say it's not? All right, now, guys, before I move on, make sure you check out freaking Bybit. A link is down below. We're doing all our trades over on there, so you might want to check it out as it's pretty damn cool in the way that we are trading every single day on there. XB was pumping really nicely up until about 20 minutes ago or so. So we're going to open up a live stream right now. I'm going to crack it open and start talking about everything that's happening and everything that's going on. I think it's going to be really freaking interesting. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video a little bit later today. So make sure you subscribe for more of these crypto updates and check the link down below for Bybit, as we also will be buying more of these launchpad coins, which are basically going to give us like 500% gains every single time they come out, which is about once every week and a half or so, which is juicy, juicy, juicy crypto gains. And also, guys, make sure you press that like button if you didn't do that yet.